Here's a fun fact about Dragon Ball in Portugal. It was once huge. It was so big that it stopped work in schools whenever a big event happened. Literally. While Americans wouldn't get an official dub of Dragon Ball Z until the late 90s, it was such an overnight success that it was quickly dubbed and produced. It was done in a very, let's call it, Portuguese way. Portuguese people have a verb, dizer descanso, that means to pull a MacGyver. Allegedly, the small team that dubbed the show got the scripts in French and, after translating, still had to fill the time for that lip syncing. So they started improvising. I often say that Dragon Ball, and especially Dragon Ball Z, the Portuguese version, were the first to breach series. In fact, here's a clip. So here's the thing.
A mãe é uma gorda que passa o dia a ver televisão. Tem os cabelos oleosos e os dentes tortos. Sim. Tem os dentes tortos e cheira mal da boca. Aposto que faz xixi na cama.
It must have worked, because the same small team is still dubbing Super as of today. In fact, there was a big fan outcry for it. The quasi-comedic look might not fit Dragon Ball as perceived by other countries, but it's how we see Dragon Ball. I've been told that when Goku turned Super for the first time, it was at a 10-15 recess, and nobody dared enter the classroom until it was on, not even the teachers. And then there was ZT. Besides having one of the best opening songs of all time, seriously, just listen to it.
GT Dragon Ball GT Guerreiro, herói serás sempre o primeiro para combater as forças do mal. Son Goku.
And the continuation of Enriched Feist as Goku, there wasn't much that many people liked about ZT. Power creep, where characters got ridiculously powerful, as if that wasn't bad enough by the end of G. A minor villain causing Goku to be itself through most of it. And while the ending is heartwarming, it's been stricken out of continuity by movies and Super. So where do video games come out in all of this? Well, America would get a very, very limited release of GT Final Bout, about 10,000 copies, I believe, and that starts the game garden quite a steep price point. Not so in Europe. Europe, which had been getting Dragon Ball games since the Mega Drive, mostly in Spanish or French, had a wider release. And back then, I thought this game was the greatest fighting game ever made. I might eventually move to Budokai, and right now the gorgeous 2D Dragon Ball Fighter Z, with a Z to be hip, or probably to type with G, Dragon Ball Z. This was my jam back in the day. And while I can constantly understand and refer to it as a flawed game, if not an outright bad game, I still have memories of it. So here's the first thing you'll notice, the intro. As a kid, I opened the game, put it on the PlayStation just to watch it. It's simply great. It features Kid Goku and a variety of other characters facing off against the baddies. Last time I saw the intro I got copyright, so I'll just present some brief gifs, some screenshots. So here's the thing. In this game you have two health bars, not one, two. You can fly, to it's incredibly limited, and the camera doesn't pan out much. You can perform kicks, punches, and special moves. Special moves are half moon triangle or back down forward triangle, which is the same thing. I don't know why I said it 2 times. So what like any fighting game? Well, minus the two health bars thing, right? And for the most part, it is. It's really the controls that break the game. But first, please observe how an attack from a strong and tall opponent like Cell passes completely over the top of the head, Kid character like Pen, the girl in the pirate getup, or Kid Goku. Oh, you want a Goku. There's six, count them, six Gokus in the game's roster. I'm not joking. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is the most overpowered character in the story of video games. Watch what happens when I press the attack button once. Now, this is not a series of hits underscore X button or whatever, it's just one. Yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku has always been in our house. How's the rule? My favorite part of the game has always been the beam counters. When a character does a special attack, normally a Kamehameha, normally a Kamehameha, the other character has a sense to retort. The words counter appear on the screen, and fast massing on the square, triangle, and circle button help one counter. If successful, they're the ones who get a hit back. It's fun, and it's true like DBG. But there's a big problem. The controls. The controls are the wait of 1 to 2 seconds for every movement I make. If I press it back, if I press the attack button, it doesn't really happen until a few seconds later. I don't mind the vocal of the characters, as they truthfully represent the characters in the show, including little details like the starting stamina animation being blue for trunks. But ultimately, this is far from the best fighting game on the PlayStation. It's not even anywhere near the best 3D fighting game. Though it's a weird oddity, a relic of a time where games were transitioning into 3D, it falls short of being an enjoyable fighting game. I'm sorry playing it through a tiny screen with no sound and input away for recording of gameplay didn't help my game. If you notice, I lose a lot. But either way, I urge you, do not spend the ridiculous amounts of money for American gameplay. I'd say it's still worth getting, but get a gold figure and an European or Japanese copy or something. MC Portugalem, and I will catch you later.